What up? What up? How's everyone doing? Good to see everyone here early. Nice, nice, nice. Lunatics, good to see you. Brian, what up? What up? Appreciate you, Brian, always being on the streams and making sure everyone likes the stream. That's incredible. Really, really appreciate that. How's everyone doing? Waiting for lift off. Yeah. Anthony, good to see you. Looks like people are piling in. Roger, good to see you. Steve, Fred, Colin, good to see you. Yeah, no, I'm just sorry, guys. I was just checking out some business cards I had made that, eh, the quality on them is disappointingly low. Disappointingly low. Might have to get that fixed. What are you gonna do though? What up? What up, Greg? Good to see you. Anthony, Taylor, good to see you. Just let everyone roll in real quick and then we'll jump into it. Obviously, a lot of exciting news involving the ETF and all that. Very excited to get into that. Patrick, good to see you. Guys, make sure if you're getting here early, you drop that like on the stream. Exit out of the chat. It's going to be really, really helpful. What up, Murdoch? Good to see you. Oh, yeah, we'll be talking about the XRP ETF in this video. JetJock, great to have you, man. Always great to have you in the chat. Oh, I saw that, Roger. I saw that. The XRP is not a security thing at the Trump rally. That was awesome. That was awesome. I know Don Jr. is a big XRP guy as well. I think BitBoy got him onto it, which is nice. It's always good to have those kind of connections on the back end, especially if he's going to be some kind of advocate behind the scenes. That's really good to have. Are the ETFs a way for banks to take over crypto? No, not necessarily. We'll jump into that in a second. Just waiting for people to roll in. 182 on YouTube, guys. Really appreciate you joining there. Let's see if we can get the likes over 100. That'd be incredible. Drop those likes, and if you're over on X, retweets are super appreciated there. Fig Nud says, just got a cold wallet to take all my stuff off exchanges. Am I doing it right? Yeah, general consensus would be that that's the right way to do it. Obviously, there's no way to know which strategy is going to win out. Some people prefer to keep their stuff on exchanges, others prefer to remove it. I think the safer thing to do is if it's an untrustworthy exchange, get it off of there. But hopefully in the future, we're able to offer institutional grade products to retail investors that get rid of a lot of these issues. XRP smokes it. Good morning. Good to see you. XRP ETF is inevitable. Geez, question before or after the SEC draconian lawsuit? Definitely after. Definitely after. I don't think they're going to launch the ETFs during it, just because no one who's on the SEC's good side right now wants to get on the SEC's bad side. Think about it this way: if you're filing an ETF, right, you don't want the SEC to be questioning you. The spotlight's on Ripple right now. You don't want the SEC after anything you're doing. So I believe it's much more likely that this stuff is going to happen after the case. Uh, Messi, good to see you. Let's see, how's everyone doing today? All right, we'll get into the XRP ETF news. Obviously, the exciting thing there is that it was actually pushed by Standard Charter. To see Standard Charter talking about the XRP ETF and not having it be a retail thing, I mean, that's absolutely incredible. That's absolutely incredible. See what we got. If Fit 21 becomes a bill, what's the chance of a settlement with the SEC? I think it's way higher. Look, I don't actually think. I think the thing that's going to drive the settlement is first to get a ruling in the case. We need a ruling in the case, and the reason for that is because Ripple in the SEC. Are you dead? No, sorry, I was just taking a look at something on my computer. Ripple in the SEC, right? They need to come to some kind of conclusion in order for this case to actually. They need some kind of mediator to give. Hey, this is what this is going to be, and this is what this is going to be. Once we have that decision, I think it's much more likely Ripple and the SEC are going to be able to get together in order to actually break down a lot of this stuff. So I think we're going to get a ruling from Judge Torres breaking down what the actual situation is. And then the SEC could get together and settle. I think the biggest thing that Fit 21 does is like prove to the SEC they're not going to be the regulator in charge, and it's going to be really hard for them to push forward any arguments now that say the token itself is the security. So I just don't know if the SEC is going to be in a position to appeal the Ripple SEC case after this. A lot of their claims will cash to what happens a lot of the time, from what I understand from talking with Jeremy Hogan, is after that specific ruling, to prevent any kind of appeal, there can be a settlement. So I think there very well still could be a settlement after that final ruling comes out. I've talked to a couple lawyers about this, and they seem to think that's very possible that there could still be that settlement after the final ruling comes out. So I don't know. I've heard contrasting things on that before. My assumption would be that the final ruling is the final ruling, but I think there is the possibility that there is a settlement after the final ruling based on what Judge Torres puts out. But I guess we'll see. Final ruling is public, then settlement, or final ruling private? No, I think it'd be public. I think it'd be public. I think it would be a settlement based on any kind of appeal. Yeah, I don't know if Ripple welcomes an appeal. I don't know if Ripple welcomes an appeal. They might say that openly, but look, no institution in the United States is really going to work with Ripple in their full capacity until the case is over. So I think the case needs to end for a lot of that to happen. Um, Ian said he took a break. Ian, it's great to have you back, man. It's great to have you back. I did notice you were MIA. It's great to have you back. Super cool that you were able to take some time away, chill out, and do some stuff on the side. Congratulations to you, man. I don't know if I'm ever going to have that option, right? I don't know if that's going to be something I'm able to do, but hey, dude, that's awesome. And glad to see you back. The DXY is down and the stock market is looking good. Let's take a look at that. I did see the stock market was having a nice day today, which is good. The The dollar's also coming down significantly. That's all very, very good news. Welcome to the new viewers. Consider subscribing. Really appreciate that, Murdoch. Yeah, shout out to everyone new here. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the like button as well. If you're over on X, just drop the stream or retweet. That's all you need to do to really help this thing out. It's super, super, super helpful for everyone who does that. When is this ruling going to be made? Oh, TK, thank you, thank you, thank you. Darren, good to see you. Wouldn't that be more of a post-judgment no action letter clearing future business? I think Ripple would still have to abide by Judge Torres' judgment, so calling that a settlement seems odd. Yeah, I should probably get back with Jeremy Hogan and talk with him through some of this stuff. I might be misunderstanding something there. I mean, I think the most likely outcome is the case ends and then whether or not there's an appeal after that is the real question. Jet Jock said, what did Jet Jock say? I know it's back. Fit 21 still needs to pass the Senate, right? And I'm hearing it's iffy whether the Senate will pass. Yeah, Jet Jock. Well, the Senate did pass the repeal to SAB 121, and I think that was more controversial than Fit 21. So I think Fit 21 actually has a really good chance. I think Fit 21 actually has a really good chance of passing. If SAB 121 didn't pass, I'd be more skeptical, but yeah, Kasha, I don't know. I see what you're saying. I don't necessarily agree though. Look, when Tesla was in their lawsuit against the SEC, what Elon Musk said that all the investment banks working with him said that they weren't going to finance Tesla's debt anymore unless Tesla settled. Now, that case didn't have anything to do with Tesla being a bad company. It was just because Elon tweeted some stuff that he wasn't supposed to. So from a logical standpoint, I completely agree with you. I just don't know if I've seen proof that institutions won't care if Ripple's being sued by the SEC. I think ultimately that's going to make it hard for Ripple to go public. Brad Garlinghouse has said himself that when Coinbase went public, it was a massive validation for their business. So, I tend to think that the lawsuit, if it goes to appeal, would be damaging to Ripple's brand in the United States. I don't think it should be. I don't think logically that's how it works. I think factually it shouldn't be. I think the ruling as it is will be the law of the land, but I think institutions will still be cautious. So that's just my opinion on it. I would love to see institutions say, you know what, we don't care about this appeal, but I just don't know if that's going to happen. XRP got mentioned positive today by Altcoin Daily, folks. Wow, that's crazy. That might be one of the craziest things I've ever heard. Let's take a look at the DXY. I know a lot of people are commenting on that. We'll take a look at what's going on there. I know it's having a substantial drop. I know Taylor was calling out some resistance. This is a general trend on DXY. What happens to all those lawsuits now that ETH is a commodity? Well, the SEC never actually declared ETH was a security. The SEC said staking was. Yeah, Cash. I mean, I see what you're saying, Cash. I just don't necessarily agree. Like, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But From a technical discussion, I completely agree with you. When it comes to institutions, uh, just going based off narratives more than technical rationale, then I disagree with you. So it's a little bit of both. XRP getting an ETF, or is it more clickbait? Standard Charter came out today and said that they believe an XRP ETF will come out in 2025. They're one of the largest banks out there, so I think it's confirmation that we're going to see it. So here's the DXY. Obviously, we're getting this sharp sell-off here. This is likely what's taking a lot of pressure off XRP and the rest of the equity market. So this is definitely welcome. We would like to see this keep moving down. Chadwick, good to see you. Oh, we have 400 people in here on YouTube? Yeah, almost. Guys, make sure to smash that like button. We could easily get this past 200 likes, maybe even 250. So hopefully we see the DXY pull down here more. And if we can really get down to this 80 range, we would be looking really, really good. Any idea how long the Senate has to vote on Fit 21? I think Chuck Schumer needs to, not Chuck Schumer, maybe it is Chuck Schumer. Someone on the Democratic side of things. Needs to actually put that forth for a vote. I'm sure Taylor would know. Matt, thank you so much for the donation, man. Mikkel, if you took a break, we'd wait for you. You'd come back refreshed and us for a more vigorous win-win. Don't like the idea of you feeling oh, I really appreciate that, Matt. I really appreciate that. Unfortunately though, like, I'm full-time crypto now. No breaks for me. And don't you worry, man. Don't you worry. I'm far from being tapped out. I got a lot left in me. So really appreciate that. I really appreciate that a lot. But don't you worry. Don't you worry. If I ever need a break, I'll take the break. But I have way too much energy in me right now, and I have way too much motivation to slow down anytime soon. But I really appreciate that comment. I'm glad you're thinking about me. 80s DXY puts crypto at a top, and the trend would be turning soon after. Yeah, I mean, it's still a big move down. It would still take a big move down. And I mean, typically what we can see is these big moves down typically take, I mean, 2 to 3 years. So like this one was, this big move down here was 2,000 days. This move here was about 1,000 days. So, you know, if we had 1,000 days before XRP or before crypto started moving in the other direction, I'd take 1,000 days. 1,000 days from here, that's a lot of time to make a lot of money. So I'm not worried about this happening overnight. Yeah, I agree, Taylor. It does feel like it's close. It does feel like it's close. It feels like we're at a turning point for a lot of this. Guys, almost at 400 on YouTube. Your likes are making a huge difference. So make sure to keep doing that. Really appreciate everyone helping out. What's the date that the judge has to report to Congress for all their cases? Does anyone know? Mikkel, the Senate and Congress both going to be in a pro forma session next week. Daniel, can you explain what that means? Can you explain what that means? Just give me some bullet points, because I know this has to do with SAB 121, but I don't know if I know. Oh, so this is, so no pocket veto threat. Look, Daniel was calling people behind the scenes to figure this out, so I thought that's what that would mean. I thought that's what that would mean. That would be huge. That would be, especially with no Biden veto yet. I don't think there is a Senate vote declared yet, Ed. I don't think there is a Senate vote. No pocket vetoes. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. Thank you, Daniel, for that. That is massive. Really appreciate that insight. Really appreciate that insight. Yeah, we got to get XP Market back in here. We got to get XP Market back here. They probably think I'm like all mad at them because they had that unfortunate release, but I could care less. As long as they fix it and get it up and running, they're more than happy to come back. So hopefully XP Market joins the live streams back. We missed them, and yeah, I think they're gonna fix their airdrop, and everything's gonna be perfectly fine over there. So they are more than welcome to come back, and no hard feelings here. You agree that you can be an expert in technology, but not in the market? Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. I think there's a lot of experts in technology in the XRP community who don't really understand the market. I mean, if you just look at the developer community in the XRP ecosystem, right? A lot of them are very anti-investing. Like they're very like only XRP for utility and not investing in the asset. So there's a lot of technology experts who are not that into investing. And if you even listen to David Schwartz, he's not really an investor. He's really more of a builder. You know, even myself, right? I'm not very technical. Like I was a surgical robotics engineer before this. I worked in engineering at a pretty high level, so I'm able to wrap my head around a lot of the concepts on the tech. But like, I'm not super technical. Like I couldn't get in there and build an application. So everyone kind of has their strong suit. I just have an ability to kind of understand the nitty gritty parts of the technical stuff, or not the nitty gritty, the stuff that actually matters to be explained to you guys. And I think I'm able to communicate that in a pretty effective manner. But my goal, right, isn't to have you guys understand the ins and outs of every single tiny thing going on in the XRP ledger. It's really to understand things from a holistic picture. So yeah, I think that's a great comment. You can be an expert in technology, but not the market. You can be an expert in the market and not technology. I don't think I'm an expert in the technology at all. I think I'm good at explaining it. Am I worried about RLUSD adoption? No, I don't think so. No, I'm pretty confident they probably have a lot of partners who are ready to start using RLUSD. I think Cashed has reported that Ripple's doing multiples of 10 billions, tens of billions in XRP settlement for ODL every quarter. It might even be hundreds of billions. So, I mean, I think a lot of that's going to flow into the stablecoin as well. And you're going to see more and more application. I think the stablecoin is just going to cause more usage of XRP for different utility. I think a lot of people are worried it's going to cannibalize XRP. I think it's the opposite. I think it's going to make institutions more willing to use XRP, having that stablecoin there. It's kind of like people who thought like Amazon was going to cannibalize Google, and like Microsoft was like, they're not really competition for each other. They all solve different utilities. So I see that being the case a lot more than like, hey, this thing's going to take over and this other thing's going to go away. Did we ever figure out the last day for Biden to veto SAB 121? Yes, we did. And I don't know if I remember it. I think it's the 28th. I'm pretty sure it's the 28th. I'm almost positive we said it's the 28th or 29th. I'm pretty confident we're not going to see a veto now. I'm pretty confident we've pushed far enough to the point where we won't see that veto. When most people don't even understand how incredible XRP is and the meaning of utility, true utility, and how it works, XP Market pays you in XRP. It's literal personal printing press, completely insane and exciting. Yeah, guys, there's going to be a lot of really exciting stuff built on the XRP ledger. Oh, it got pushed back. Taylor, why did it get pushed back to June 4th? Oh, that's awesome information. Why did it get pushed back to June 4th? Is it because like there's some week off Congress? Oh, they didn't send it until to Biden's desk until yesterday? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, so we really haven't made too much progress. We haven't really made too much progress on no appeal yet. Brian said, let's hit 250 likes. That would be incredible. Would really appreciate that. Would really appreciate that. Last live stream was the 28th. Yeah, but I think we assumed that it got pushed to Biden's desk instantly, and it didn't. It didn't get pushed to Biden's desk until yesterday. So it looks like we still have some more time to go. Also, Taylor, really appreciate you keeping us up to date on that. Really, really helpful stuff there. Let me just check some things real quick. This video explains what XRP is doing. Makes sense. What video? Avoid the pocket veto. That's awesome. Oh, tagged me? Let me jump over to X. Let me jump over to X and see if anything's going on there. All right, let's see where this is. Okay, June 3rd. June 3rd. Yeah, so someone can kick Ghost out. Someone can kick Ghost out. If we have any mods. Kawaii Girl, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, I'll do it if the mods. All right, here. See ya. Bye-bye. This is all right. Yeah, so it looks like June 3rd today. Silver Days, good to see you. Good to see you. Always good to have Silver Days here. Just checking the news real quick. Obviously, we had a big influx of news this morning. Seems like most of the institutions are really starting to turn the XRP spigot back on and really starting to come back into the ecosystem. And obviously, that's super exciting. There was a big announcement by XRP Labs the other day. I was a little worried. They hyped it up like they were going to be like leaving the XRP ledger or something. I was kind of sitting there. I was like, oh boy, this would be really bad. It turns out that they're just going to monetize their platform. I thought this was a really cool post by Brad Garlinghouse. I'm not sure if people saw it. It's an artwork. It's a piece of art someone made him. It said, "Laughing now, but one day XRP will power the world." I think it's just so important to see, right? Because it really shows that Brad Garlinghouse is perfectly aligned with us and, you know, where he believes XRP can go over the long term. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think Brad Garlinghouse is the type of guy to have a bunch of fake artwork hanging around. So I think that's the real thing. Chadwick, getting commercials. This is a great sign. Love this channel and the members almost members remember to hit the thumbs up button and share the live stream. Thank you so much, Chadwick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Brad, we trust. Yeah, I have massive respect for Brad. I think it's so funny that people like spread so much FUD about Brad Garlinghouse. I don't think we could be luckier that Brad is the CEO of Ripple. I think most people just. Oh, it looks like Tony did an interview with French Hill. That's cool to see. Go through real quick and see if I can get any interesting. Yeah, like here's a good one. Here's a good one of like the FUD. Ripple CEO says dozens of banks will use XRP cryptocurrency product in 2029. Like this is something people love to throw out as FUD, but like he got sued by the SEC. So that was clearly not something he was expecting to happen and then got hit by it. So to be complaining that this prediction went bad, it's like, why are you complaining at Brad? Complain about the SEC. I think it's so funny that people like whip around this thing as FUD. Cash just said, do you USDC and RLUSD compete for digital dollar experiment since CBDC seems years away? Do one of these act as a pseudo CBDC in the interim? No. That's a good question, Kashta. I think in some sense, maybe. I think the digital dollar, I don't think there'll be a single digital dollar. That's a really hard question to answer. I think yes and no. I think the digital dollar is really just going to be a lot of what we're already using in terms of like just debit and credit system into bank accounts. I think USDC and RLUSD will take over a lot of that volume over the long run and kind of become a de facto digital dollar. But I don't think the digital dollar will necessarily be a chosen token. I think the digital dollar will be more of like a framework for how we want a US stablecoin to operate. And then USDC and RLUSD will try to comply with a lot of those ideals of the US digital dollar. So I could be wrong, but I don't see it mattering. Like, I don't see the government voting to adopt one of these things as the official US dollar. Let's put it that way. I think it's a lot more likely that the government puts forth standards for what they believe a US stablecoin should be. And then USDC and RLUSD kind of move to kind of exhibit those values and what's important there. So what is over 250 likes? Awesome, awesome, awesome. XRP said, Dave Nelson said 100%. XRP to 20 soon. Oh, I hope so, man. I hope so. We're overdue for some significant price appreciation. I can't wait for that day. Can't wait for that day. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Cash, I think we're on the same page then. Yeah, no, I think it will be pseudo. Because, Cash, I don't know who the regulatory body would be who would. I think it's a little Orwellian to come out and say everyone has to use Circle stablecoin or Ripple stablecoin. I think what they do is they create digital dollars and then the market leaders push it that way. Bickle, on a lighter note, what do you think of the 988? Think of the 988, The Economist, the Phoenix. That's a good question. I think there's a certain bit of people knowing that we are eventually going to see a new currency in the future. I think a lot of people who subscribe to the idea here, I think this is the real thing. I think most people in the XRP community are more focused on the banking system, geopolitical events, more focused on currency and all that than a lot of the cryptocurrency. And I think a lot of people in the XRP community understand how XRP could be used to replace a lot of these things. So I think it's the XRP community picking up on a lot of this stuff and understanding that XRP can be this solution. But I don't think, like, some people think that article was like foreshadowing XRP, but like specifically XRP. I think that article was foreshadowing an asset like XRP. And then the XRP community said, hey, we found something that we believe solves a lot of this. We should have a great big party, members only. Completely agree. What's Daniel saying? Too many questions right now. I'm gonna have to. Too many great questions. I'm gonna have to bring this over. I'm gonna leave this stream public because I don't know. I don't really like the idea of making it so certain people can't watch, but I'm just going to move it over to member only comments just because there's so many good questions right now and I can't keep up. So I'm going to move it over to member only comments. Participant mode, members. All right. Because I can't keep up with all the great comments coming on from people all over. I'll go back in time though and hit some of them if they're hanging around. Awesome, awesome, awesome. There we go. Cool. Let's see what we got here. XRP ETF next year confirmed. Yeah, I think it's going to help a lot to see the case end. And you know, me and Kasha went back and forth a bit on whether or not that was important or not. I probably think it's a little more important than him, but we'll see. I would love for it not to be important. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. This is a nice little piece of breaking news. This is a nice little piece of breaking news. If we go to Brad Garlinghouse's profile, it looks like Brad Garlinghouse has retweeted standard custody saying an XRP ETF is likely in 2025. Cashda should still be able to drop comments from X. He should still be able to drop comments from X. On the X side, I can be selective. On the X side, I can be selective. He should still be able to drop a comment on X. Let's see what else we got. Brian, thank you so much. Daniel nailed it on Biden and the veto. Oh man. Daniel and Roger, I know you guys are having a bit of a conversation about that. I would love to see some kind of recap on what you guys were just talking about and what you settled on. So just because it's hard for me to piece together the conversation back here, but I would love a little recap on what you guys were saying there about Biden and the veto and all that. Daniel has psychic powers. Yeah, no, I put a lot of trust in anything Daniel's saying about the process. Yeah, so it looks like Brad is subscribing to the idea of the XRP ETF, which is obviously very exciting. Guys, if you're watching over on YouTube, oh, Bobby, new member. Welcome, Bobby. Great to have you. Great to have you. I guess RIP USD would have been a bad idea. I kind of like it though. It's catchy. It's catchy. I like RIP USD. I do like RIP USD. I don't know if it's politically the best move to make RIP USD, but you know what's kind of funny? You know what's kind of funny about this entire thing? How stablecoins are kind of saving the US dollar. I think that's kind of a slept on narrative here that not a lot of people talk about. Like stablecoins are kind of pseudo saving the dollar because every stablecoin is dollar pegged. So like for a while, everyone was like worried about stablecoins replacing the dollar. And then everyone realized like, wait, these are dollars. And now it's like, hey, we need to get stablecoins in or else the dollars, they're going to be other things. Oh, this is funny. Crypto Clay's going to love this too. I don't know if Crypto Clay's here today though. I wanted to put this up just for him. Someone at a Trump rally had an XRP is not a security thing. So I thought this is really funny. I knew Crypto Clay was going to love that. What is this? Oh, silver. Silver stuff. I thought it was XRP stuff. Oh, this is ripe. Jay Clayton says if he was at the SEC, he would approve the Ethereum ETF. It's like, thanks, Jay. Thanks for the words. XRP is going to take over Bitcoin position as number one. I agree over the long term. I agree over the long term. Hence, real USD. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. RL USD, real USD. I think that's catchy. I found a screenshot of your channel from 2021. You had 2,000 followers today. You well deserve the 25x growth. I believe you have 100x. Thank you so much. Have a 100x profile on you. Floor, thank you so much. That's crazy you have that screenshot. It's a wild ride, and to come from 2,000 followers to what do we have now? Let me take a look. I think we have close to 45,000. I'm not even close. We're close to 55,000. Guys, thank you so much to all of you for supporting the channel. All the OGs who have been here from the beginning. You guys are absolutely incredible. And yeah, the growth in this channel from 2,000 followers from just a couple years ago to 55,000 now is awesome. And if you're watching this live stream right now, and if you're not subbed, would really appreciate you helping me break that 55 mark. Would love to have you here more often. And you guys creating this incredible community is part of what really did this. We can get into some comments. I was getting into some people. So for some reason, like a lot of the developer community is just very anti Ripple and XRP. So like whenever I tweet pro Ripple and XRP things, they always like to chime in. So I said the people who don't believe there's going to be an XRP ETF and Ripple IPO in 2025 aren't looking too good right now. And one of the guys came and said there needs to be sufficient decentralization for an XRP ETF. Not enough nodes, one client, one escrow. Well, this is completely false. There's no decentralization standard. There's no decentralization standard for an ETF. So I was like, just show me where in the Bitcoin or Ethereum ETF filings it talks about decentralization. I mean, clearly that was if it's not there. I know what's in the filings. There's no decentralization standard. There's ETFs on stocks, right? There's ETFs on all kinds of centralized things. 100% doesn't exist, but I just put it out there as a joke, and you don't get any response to stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of funny. Then the other thing is Ripple won't IPO because they're dumping XRP on the market. I just don't understand the point in pushing this kind of FUD, because Ripple sells XRP because to move XRP, you need to buy and sell it. Ripple doesn't sell XRP to raise profit anymore. So this is just another piece of FUD, right? That Ripple doesn't need to IPO because they can just sell XRP for profit. They're selling XRP because to move XRP from point A to point B, there has to be a buy and a sell. So just more FUD around the ETF stuff. It's free to hit subscribe, hit that button and join. Incredible group. Make it a good day. Thank you so much, Chadwick. Appreciate that. Let's see what Daniel says. I think this is the summary I asked Daniel for earlier. If he does veto it, they will use that against him in ads now that Trump has come out pro-crypto. The crypto community and Republicans will use it against him. Oh, yeah. No, I agree, Daniel, 100%. This is a great comment. This is a great comment. And guys, one of the things I appreciate here is I really appreciate everyone's able to kind of analyze these political, these important political issues without getting emotional on one side or the other. I love the strategy between all of this. I think it's really important, but it's nice to be able to see us really come together and analyze this stuff in a very respectable and logical way. True says, Mickle, this chat is the news standard and no one else is anywhere close. True, that's what's so great about kind of what we've created here. It's that the people who are members here are just so smart, provide so much value to everyone else in the community that I can literally just get on here and live stream, show the things that I think are important. And if you're reading the chat, you will get so much value from other super smart people just dropping knowledge bombs like Daniel on stuff that just really is just going to help us all out. So that's what's so cool about what we've assembled here. It does. It makes this whole thing so great. Daniel said, and now if he does veto it, it will go back to the House for another vote. And that's where we need the 2/3 majority. And Daniel, that would be a big risk. Don't get like that would be a big risk, right? Because that would be a huge slap in the face. That'd be a huge slap in the face. Imagine if he vetoed it and then he got super majority twice. That would be a huge risk and a really bad look. So is he willing to take that risk? There was another comment back here I wanted to get to by Harry. I struggle to understand the need for stablecoins. Certainly in the UK, changing from one crypto to another creates a taxable event. It will cause you 20% to go to fiat to stablecoins. It will. No, not necessarily. So Harry, you're a little wrong there, and you're not very wrong. You're not very wrong. You're just a little wrong. Going to fiat to stablecoins does not create a taxable event because you need gains to have the taxable event. And you might be saying that. So don't worry if I make an incorrect assumption here. But other people might think it's true. So I just want to be clear. Going from fiat to crypto to a stablecoin or to a stablecoin to fiat does not create a taxable event. You have to have gains. So if you go from your XRP being down 30% into a stablecoin, you don't create a taxable event and in fact, you create a tax benefit because you're actually adding losses to your tax situation. So you only create a taxable event if you have a cryptocurrency with gains and then you sub that out for a stablecoin. That creates the taxable event. Now, with that said, I want to get into why stablecoins matter. Stablecoins matter because you need stablecoins in the decentralized financial system. So I tend to agree with you. I don't think there's a ton of utility with just stable coins on their own. Um, you know, I don't think there's a ton of utility with stable coins in the traditional financial system. I think the real utility for stable coins comes from their utility in the decentralized financial system. And what do I mean by that? When you go to a DeFi protocol, you need an ability to have stable coins there because you want to be able to avoid volatility. You cannot avoid volatility with fiat in the decentralized financial system because fiat doesn't interoperate with the decentralized financial system. So stablecoins allows you to have a stable unit of value in the decentralized financial system, which is absolutely critical. So I would tend to agree with you a bit on the fact that stablecoins don't seem super important to the traditional financial system. I think they add utility, but I think it is a lot more likely that these things are going to be very important in the decentralized financial system. Ian says in the UK, the first 2,500 capital gains is free. Then you pay 10% up to 50K, I think, and then you pay 20% after that. Oh wow, that's a nice little capital gains incentive. That's a nice little capital gains incentive. I didn't know that. Murdoch says, Mickle, you explain it so well. Even my dogs have their own cold storage. Murdoch, yeah, I love having you here, Murdoch. You're so funny. You're so funny. What a great addition to this group. XRP Smokes, it said, would the Senate don't have the same stand as Congress, knowing they are going to lose a lot of voters if they don't pass it? I think you're talking about Fit 21. I think the Fit 21 is going to push it through. Very positive outlook. Yep, Daniel's on it. And really appreciate, Daniel, you helping out on a lot of this stuff, man. Yeah, guys, if Daniel answers something, he's able to answer questions just as good, if not better than me. So if Daniel answers something, especially on the political front, I think you should take his knowledge and understand that's probably better than even getting an answer from me. Taylor, not sure if I believe the pundits on this. The Republicans are favored to take the Senate back. So again, hopefully politically Dems have to pass this. What do you think? Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I know this may seem silly question. No silly questions tend to out. No silly questions. You never have to preface any question here. This might be a silly question. Never, ever have to preface it. I know this may seem like a silly question. Does earned interest on your stable coins create a taxable event? Yes. Earned interest does create a taxable event and is taxed as income. It's taxed as income. So Tin2, that's why what we really want to do with what I'm doing now with Jake is take loans against your assets, because when you take loans against your assets, you take those loans tax-free. You can use that capital and then pay off the debt from the loan tax-free. So there's ways you can generate income that is not staking that does create non-taxable events. And what if you could stake your crypto, right? Stake your crypto. Yeah, you create that taxable event, but also in the process, also take a loan against your crypto, which is a non-taxable event. But then rather than using that staked income as profit, use the staked income to pay off the interest from the loan. So then you don't have to pay taxes on the staked rewards you're getting that are being used to pay off the loan. So there's some really exciting ways you can structure this to avoid as many taxes as possible. And that's the kinds of things that we're looking to help people with in the future, because a lot of this stuff, look, it's just not something that you can do on your own in an effective manner. Like, you can do it if you dedicate lots of time and resources to focusing on this stuff every single day. But most people just want to have people with experience handle it for them. So that's the kind of things we're going to be looking to do. If you look what the wealthiest people in the world do, they don't sell their assets, right? It's buy, borrow, die. And what does that mean? Buy, borrow, die is you buy assets, you let them accumulate, you borrow against them, and then you die, and the capital gains on those taxes goes away. You can use whatever assets you have left there to pay off the loans, and boom, the entire time you were living, you just borrowed against your assets and leveraged them for income. So that's how the rich stay wealthy. That's how the rich create as much income as possible without actually selling assets. And yeah, guys, what I believe is likely going to happen in the XRP community. Will all your advice with Jake only be relevant to the United States? No, Ian, we're actually setting up custody solutions right now in the UK as well. So what we're going to be able to do is going to be international, and we're actually going to be encouraged to do a lot of things internationally, because if we can do things properly in the UK with custody, it's actually easier from a regulatory standpoint. So a lot of what we're going to do is international, and our main focus, right? Like the motto of the firm is don't lose XRP. And it's not like we're really worried about losing XRP, but the motto, it sounds better, but it's really don't sell XRP. And obviously, if you guys want to sell XRP, we're not going to say like, sorry, with our firm, we do not allow you to liquidate XRP. No, but it's like this. It's like, hey, if we can provide you more income than you need to live on without selling a single XRP, wouldn't that be a great way to do it? Like, what if you could get more than enough for your monthly expenses without creating any taxable events, and you can live off your XRP without making a single sale? Like, I think that's going to be a really enticing solution for some people. And it's not like what we're doing, right, has been something that's never been done before, unheard of. No, not at all. All we're doing is using what the rich people do in the traditional financial system, and applying it to the crypto system. And the problem is like most of the financial advisors and the wealth managers in the world right now, if you went to them with crypto, they'll say, sorry, we don't do that. So we're just setting up the processes in place so that people can actually get onboarded and do these things that wealthy individuals are doing. Because with significant price appreciation, I think a lot of people in this community are going to have a lot more money than they're expecting. And it's not to say that you can't liquidate some and take that one-time payment and go live your life. I just think that a lot of people are going to get much further than they expect in the future. That liquidation event is only going to end up being 5 to 10% of their bag, and they're going to need something to do with the rest. And rather than just having all cash, why not leverage your assets like how the rich people do it? What does Jeff Bezos do with his Amazon stock? Yes, he liquidates some in periods, but most of what he does is he takes loans against the assets. He gets extremely low interest rates. He uses that money to create more money. He pays off the interest. And then in the meantime, he pays off the interest without taxes, because you can pay off a loan without paying taxes on it. You get to use the income you created in the short term to live your life. And then at the end of the day, you actually end up making money because likely you're able to outcompete the rate you took on the loan. So it's some really exciting stuff there. And like I said, these aren't concepts like, oh, we came up with this crazy idea, here you go, right? This is what people do who are wealthy to not create income tax. I think it's hard for most to understand the concept of buy, borrow, die. Have to think like the wealthy and rich to get to their level sooner. That's great. That's a great way to say it. And I always tell people this, right? Like rich people don't worry about whether or not like their next investment's going to do well, right? They have the mentality that they are going to be kind of in this next position, and then they start planning accordingly. So that's really what I try to tell people. Like, look, you just need to start planning ahead of time and start focusing less on whether or not you're going to make it or whether or not you're going to get to this next position, and just sit down and say to yourself, like, when I make it to this next place, like, what am I going to do? And that doesn't necessarily mean like you have to have the actions in place already. It just means like, hey, start thinking, when I do have this amount of money, is my plan really just going to be to liquidate it all into cash and pay 50% to the government? I think there's better options out there than that. I think there's a lot better options. So, that's the mentality we're trying to bring to people. And it's not going to be perfect for everyone, right? It's not going to be perfect for everyone. There might be people who, just want to do everything on their own and degen things and play around with all these different yield generating protocols and do a lot of crazy stuff. But I think there's going to be a certain amount of people who have enough money to say, you know what, I'm ready to start focusing on what I want to do with my life, and I'm going to let someone else handle the intricate finances part of stuff. Let's see what else we got. Sorry, I know we went on a rant for that for a bit. I use my XRP to show my friends how crypto is blank. I use my XRP a lot. Just buying XRP, earns store ledger, and then use my card payment stores, get 2% cash back. Is it foolish? What do you guys think? No, I don't think that's foolish at all. I don't think that's foolish at all. No, I think that's really cool. Do I know if Uphold has the ability to do outgoing wires? I don't know specifically. I would assume they do. You might just want to reach out. I would assume they do have some kind of ability like that, but it's hard for me to talk on another firm's abilities, right? Like you never really know if that's only for certain accounts. So I would assume they did have that ability, but I don't know if I have anything concrete there to tell you. Sorry about that. Oh, Chadwick, awesome. 25 max a day. 25K max a day. So I know I plan to trade into Ripple stablecoins, all profits. I tried to tell them that was taxable event, same as cashing out. Am I wrong? Yeah, no, if you cash into a stablecoin, that's still a taxable event sooner. If you have any kind of profits, it's a taxable event. That's why we're focused on doing things with your XRP that are untaxable. JetJog, not sure if they have the ability, but they do have the. That's funny. That's good, Roger. That's good. Oh, awesome. A lot of very valuable information being provided. Really appreciate people stepping in and helping out JetJog there. Really appreciate that. That's what's so awesome about this community, man. That's what's so awesome about this community. Oh boy, I don't know what that is. So he's got to be careful when I refresh the stream. You never know what's going to pop up. Just a joke. Oh, that's funny. The cool feature Uphold has now is the instant withdrawal to participating Fed banks. Doesn't that sound does suck that the withdrawal limit is so low at 25K? Oh, very cool. National Bank of Georgia looking for the XRP ledger for CBDC. Very cool. Sorry, just getting caught up on the news to see if anything interesting is there. Brad Garlinghouse obviously retweeting and liking stuff having to do with the XRP ETF is the premise of what we got on this video for. Do one last little check here. Roger, watch it, man. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Oh, make my heart drop. You're saying 25K doesn't go very far anymore. Definitely need a bigger withdrawal limit. Yeah, they'll get bigger withdrawal limits, guys. They just, it as they build out the product. Regulations is always the holdup. I could not agree with this anymore. Chad said, will we be working with other coins also? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're going to look to work with as many coins as possible. I mean, obviously, the big one for us is XRP, just because that's what most of the community has the most of. But no, we're going to be able to work with HBAR, XDC, hopefully, Bitcoin, obviously, Ethereum, obviously. Could Jake file for an XRP ETF? Technically, yeah. I mean, technically, yeah, why not? It's an interesting proposition. The problem is like there's just not much reward for us to do that, because we would rather have your XRP being used for things like ODL, right? And make your XRP useful. XRP ETFs kind of just lock up the XRP and take away the use, which makes people think like, oh, that's bad for XRP. No, not necessarily, because it's a massive hit on demand, and it makes the XRP that is being used more useful. But I'd rather use the XRP. That's funny, Daniel. We're almost at 350 likes. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you for blowing that out of the water. Take a look at. See what else we got. Awesome, Sooner. Would love to have you over. And yeah, Sooner. Yeah, I mean, we could even make you a client beforehand and see if there's better ways to restructure some of those debt payments. So, lots of exciting things in the future. And yeah, look, we're just hoping to bring kind of an institutional thought process to a lot of people's positions in the future. Because look, if you have even if you only have like 10,000 XRP, right? You could have $1 million if XRP gets to that $100 mark. So I think a lot more people are going to reach this institutional level than they're thinking. And look, if you have $1 million and you can earn 10% a year on the $1 million, right? You might not have too many issues with income in the future. So super exciting stuff there. Do Murdoch and JetJock both have planes? Awesome, guys. I don't know if Murdoch does. Murdoch? JetJock, you know it. Let me see. Murdoch, do you have a jet? Yep, that's what we're in the process of setting up right now. I'll tell you right now, we're working with partners who are directly working with Ripple for custody. So if you guys think custody is good enough for Ripple and their clients, that's what we're looking to give to you guys. And those conversations are very productive at the moment. To get that institutional grade custody, it should be all locked in very soon. It's just a lot of moving parts to iron out, but hopefully some very exciting news around the future. And that's the goal, right? To be able to put your guys' XRP next to what Ripple's clients are using, and therefore it's not like, hey, everyone at Ripple is using this institutional grade custody, but you have to use this little flash drive you hide under your bed, right? We hit 350 likes. That's absolutely incredible. Guys, I got to get back to work. I got to get some stuff done. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. This was absolutely incredible. So much great input added. Yeah, some really exciting things coming into the future. I need to get back to making those things happen so you guys can all benefit. Guys, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Hopefully, I'll see you this weekend. And for now, Mikkel out.